Greetings and welcome back to Let's Play Octopath Traveler. This is Alden Foodry, your friendly neighborhood Thunderbird, bringing you some more adventures through Ostera. When we last left off, we started our adventure with Therion and introduced all of you to the 8 travelers that we will be following on our voyage.
I'll make this quick.
So, we get into our first battle, and this will introduce us to the break and boost battle system that is very unique to Octopath Traveler. Essentially, enemies are weak to various weapons and elemental magic spells. By hitting their weak points, you can drop their shield points. Once you drop them to 0, the enemy is then broken, which basically drops their defense horrifically. Therion is able to use daggers, swords, and through the use of thief skills, fire magic. So we'll go ahead and start off with a dagger attack, and that will break the guard. Once the enemy is broken, their defense goes down through the floor. So you can then use boost mode to increase the potency or number of your attacks. You can boost up to 3 times using BP, which you get basically 1 each turn, unless it's the turn after you've actually used boost. The best thing to do is to drop the enemy's shield points to 0, break them, and then while they're stunned, hit them as hard as you can with their weak spots, because weak hits always result in a critical damage. So, as a example, we'll go ahead and use a 3 times boost on the dagger. Actually, let's use the sword, because that may actually do some more damage. And it's actually weak to sword as well, so that will make things easier. And one of the main reasons I like having Therion early on is because his evasion is so high that it makes dodging attacks very easy. Now you see, when you break an enemy during the battle, you actually get a small bonus to your experience points. And if you manage to actually get through the battle without being damaged, you get an untouched bonus, which gives you a little bit extra leaves. So, the better you get at utilizing the break and boost system, the more bonuses you get during battle to increase the amount of money and experience you get.
I'll make this quick.
So we got 2 of these guys. Let's see. I want to say these guys are weak to sword. Yes, they are.
Over here.
So we'll go ahead and break both of them. That way only one of them is attacking me at once.
Out of my way.
And these guys are ice sentinels, so more than likely they are weak to fire. So let's... Okay, so we managed to hit them with the fire, but they have a lot of hit points apparently. And I'm not liking that magic that they're using, because that is very hard to dodge. In fact, most times elemental spells do not miss, which makes fighting enemies that use them often kind of a pain. Alright, so these guys are
out of my way.
Just constantly hammering at me. But there are 2 of them, and I am only at level 1, I believe, so...
And that's that.
Ooh, we got buku experience for that. And we get the level up. The nice thing about leveling up in this game, it refills your HP and SP to full. So you definitely can use that to your advantage when grinding. And admittedly, like, one of the roughest parts of this game is that sometimes you do have to grind. Though mostly it's only to grind JP, which we will learn about shortly, once I get the requisite amount. Let's try that and see what that does. Oh, and that actually got us the win. And another level up. So yeah, it's pretty obvious that the Sentinels are like the enemy to face. Okay. I'm going to be wandering around a little bit just because I do want to get Therion to level 5 or 6 before we take on the boss. I do not believe these guys are weak to fire, so I will try to avoid doing that. One thing that you can also do that I haven't shown yet is if their shield points are low, you could also use boost a little bit early if you know that you're going to like kill the enemy and boost your number of attacks on a weapon that they're weak to, and then that'll break them and then deal damage immediately at a higher level once the enemy's broken. Okay, so we'll go ahead and break him just because that gives us a free turn of no damage. Because that ice grenade be annoying. Okay, there we go.
Where's the nearest tavern?
I love it when he says that because it's like, okay, I'm done. Let's go get drunk. But Therion, actually, as a thief, he makes very good use of taverns as a method of information gathering, which we'll see in his later chapters.
This is the beginning
for
of your
as young as he is,
out of my way.
and as much guff as he gives and gets, he is actually very good at his job. And there's a reason why he is considered very infamous in the thieving world. So this is what I was mentioning before. He hasn't been broken yet, but he will immediately get broken. And, yep, we get the boosted damage immediately afterwards. And we got the level up. Alright, so I've got my treasure chest. So let's see if we can't make it to the next part of the manor. For all the wandering around, we are getting some decent experience at least.
My turn.
Now, one thing I do like about the stinging dagger is that you do get a chance to possibly poison the enemy. Oh, in this case, it doesn't really matter because the enemy immediately dies. Alright. And Therion's evasion is so high that he is literally dodging everything that they throw at him.
Things you can't finish.
And we've got enough jaw points to learn a new skill. To learn your first skill, you do need a minimum of 30 JP. You can learn skills for each job in any order that you want, but certain skills do make a lot more sense early on. So for Therion, the thief skills that you can learn are HP Thief, which is a double attack with a dagger, but it steals health equivalent to half the damage dealt. This is a very good skill to have. Shackle Foe and Armor Corrosive are two of the most useful skills in the game, bar none, and you will see me using these ridiculously often once I get them. I'm not going to get either of them right now just because I have something that's more useful, but they basically reduce a foe's physical attack or defense depending on which skill is used for 2 turns. If you do this right before you break an enemy, especially for Armor Corrosive, you can deal ridiculous amounts of damage. Steal SP is a very useful skill. It's a little bit stronger than HP Thief and steals skill points equivalent to 5% of the damage dealt. So you don't get as much out of it, but it is very useful later on in the game when you have skills that basically soak up a large amount of SP. And then you have sheer SP. This gives equivalent to about half of your SP to a single ally. Now, admittedly, I did not use this much. This will probably be the very last skill that I get for Therion, just because it has its uses, but there are just so many better skills out there that this is one that you kind of don't need until the very end of the game, for the most part. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and get HP Thief. I would get SP, but I feel like I'm not going to be using as much SP, and I have enough items that I can just replenish my SP right now without having too much of a problem. So we'll go ahead and learn HP Thief, and you'll see here where it says cost to learn next skill. That number goes up very high the more skills you get. And the number is pretty much like the same throughout each job. So each character, when they have a job that they're learning skills for, that number is going to be the same no matter what, depending on how many skills you have. So your first skill is going to take 30 JP for the job. Second will take 100. We will find out the other numbers as we go along. So now that we've got that, let's go up here, take a peek through here real quick, and there doesn't seem to be anything that I can get in there, so we will move on.
This is the beginning of your end.
And there was a guard at the door.
Try this.
He's like, no, you cannot leave.
My turn.
It's like, get the heck out of my way, fool. I go where I want.
Out of my... I'm ready. Try this.
I mean, you clearly can't hit me, so... There.
Where's the nearest tavern?
No, Therion, we can't go to the tavern yet. We still have things to do. Okay, there's... Oh, there is a chest down here. 800 leaves, I will take the money. Having Therion as my main party member is going to be so useful. Just because of that picklock ability.
Come on, I've got better things to do.
And we've got another
Out of my
guard.
way.
And nope. I was hoping that I had leveled up enough to be able to
Where's the
get
nearest
him in
tavern?
one go. But I still managed to do that without getting hit. Alright, let's take a gander in here. Ooh, locked treasure chest. And wind attire. Let's see, wind attire increases speed, but it's going to drop both my evasion and my elemental defense. Admittedly, I kind of prefer having the evasion, because if I can dodge the attacks, what does it matter if I go first or second? I'm not getting hit.
I'll make this quick.
Like right now, the only thing that's been hitting me consistently has been these guys, and that's because they're using magic. Let's see. Nah. I'll wait until the next turn to do the boost. There we go. Got it.
Where's the nearest tavern?
And we got the level up. And an ice soul stone to boot. Alright, so what is my next level? 40 experience. So we got a few more battles to go to get to level 6. I think I'd rather get to 6 just because the boss in this particular dungeon can be a little bit of a pain if you're not prepared.
My turn.
And we have a new guy. As you can see, none of his weaknesses are shown. So let's see. I'm gonna hit him with wildfire real quick. And wildfire actually worked. No, that wasn't enough.
Out of my way.
Ooh, he actually hit me.
Where's the
and
nearest
then
tavern?
immediately got wrecked for his trouble. Got some decent XP out of him though. And nothing there, but there is something out here. A healing grate. Now, we could go downstairs, but I want to go back here first.
This is the beginning.
What is it with their enemy showing up right outside the doors? This is getting kind of silly.
Out of my way.
Alright, let's break him. He doesn't become a pain.
I'm ready.
There we go. Got that one. Now, you'll notice that I've been getting soul stones
My turn.
occasionally. Those become very useful, and it's a good idea to kind of hold on to them for the most part. Because there are certain enemies in this game that it's very hard to hit them
Don't start things you
with
can't
physical
finish.
attacks, so you want to use elemental stones in order to hit them with any kind of regularity. Got another store, I'm sorry, a locked treasure chest over here, which has an invigorating nut inside. So we've got a nourishing nut and an invigorating nut. The nuts will basically increase your stats. So these are basically kind of like, for Pokemon fans out there, it's similar to the like protein, calcium, iron, those items. So we'll go ahead and give both of these to Therion because that will actually be rather useful. Now, the candy and the tree nuts, those give you a slight healing to HP and SP respectively. I'm not going to use them quite yet. I might, though, if we get
This
into
is
a
the
few
beginning.
more fights
Your end.
where we don't get a chance to heal.
Try this.
So let's go ahead and just get rid of this schmuck.
Over here. Mine. I'm ready.
Now, one thing I'm curious about is
Don't
what is
start things
everyone's
you can't
like first impressions of this game for those of you who have never played this? And those of you who have played it before, what was your first impression when you first started playing this game? Because admittedly, when I first started playing Octopath, I wasn't quite sure what to expect. Because, like, I loved the art style. It was one of the reasons I got the game in the first place, and I had heard several good things about it. Let's see, is there anything I want to sell? Not really. Most of this stuff I can use later. So we'll just wander
I'll
around and
make
get into
this
some more
quick.
fights. But let me know what you guys all thought of the game when you first played it,
Out of my way.
or what your first thoughts are currently for those of you who have never seen it before.
Don't start things you
Because
can't finish.
we're gonna get deeper into this game and realize that just how much time, effort, and detail Square Enix put into this game.
Come on, I've got
And
better things to do.
Despite having its own
Out of my
flaws,
way.
which I will admit it does have a few flaws, but overall, Square Enix did an amazing
Where's the
job with
nearest
this
tavern?
game. And while my first impressions were kind of like, okay, I'm kind of liking this so far, let's see what we get as we go further in. Like, the deeper I got into this game, the more in love I fell with it. Like, there's a reason this is my
I'll
all-time
make
favorite
this
game.
quick.
And a lot of that has to do with just the overall like love and attention that Square put into this. Which we will see like the further on we go and
Where's
the
the
more
nearest
travelers
tavern?
we get. So we're already getting pretty close to that level up. So let's see. Like, you may have seen me like coming into this room through the upper part.
I'll make this quick.
The last room here is where we actually want to go. But we need to go in from the bottom door. Because that is kind of where our goal is. And right now I'm just
Out of my way.
prefer being at a higher level than just 5.
My turn.
Like, your recommended level for the first boss is generally 5, but oftentimes it's good to have a nice little buffer, in my opinion. But then again, I tend to play RPGs very cautiously.
And that's that.
And most of that is just because when I was younger and first getting into RPGs. Yeah, see, you see those little pedestals down here below us? That is our goal. But yeah, like when I was first getting into RPGs, like, I just blew through the games as fast as I could because I wanted to see what happened next in the story. And frankly, the more I did that, there were often times where basically I would basically just get my shit handed to me. There we go.
That's that.
So that's what HP Thief looks like. And I used HP Thief because I knew I was getting that level up immediately. Alright, so let's go down here and we'll save. Now, I'm gonna save in the second slot because I don't want to risk all my progress from before getting lost if the recording goes sour. So let's go up here and see what's going on. This is the treasure of the Ravuses?
So, this is the amazing treasure
one
I'm talking
gemstone.
about.
I see 4 pedestals, but only 1 stone.
It looks like an ordinary gemstone to me. Can't imagine it's worth all that much.
The jewel before you is worth more than your mind could hope to fathom.
Hold up. Wait a minute. I don't like where this is
Your
going.
inability to discern as much is disconcerting, to say the least.
Who are you?
Who the hell are you? Not just anyone can sneak up on me like that.
I've seen enough anime to know where
I
this is
should be the one
going.
asking you that question.
Okay, fair point. We did kind of break into the house.
Not just anyone could have made it this far into the manor, after all.
You won't get answers by stroking my ego.
I meant it as nothing but genuine praise. Allow me to congratulate you on being the first thief to make it here.
I mean, they
Say
did.
it as if you wanted this to happen.
They did say earlier that they had arrested like a score or more
Just
of
so,
other thieves.
we tightened security for that very purpose. We figured no thief worth his salt would be able to turn down such a challenge.
Go on.
To this end, we even asked the barkeep for help.
Oh man, even the barkeep was in on it.
His job? Find promising thieves and spin tales about this manor.
In other words, you tricked thieves into trying to rob this place.
Think of it more as appealing to their inner nature.
You can smother a turd in gold and call it gold, but it's still a turd.
The great treasure of Ravus Manor, guarded by a veritable army. What thief could pass up such glory, such riches? We had such high hopes, but were constantly met with disappointment.
Because they all failed.
But finally, one has proven himself worthy.
Worthy of what?
I should have seen this coming.
And yet you did not. And I find myself most grateful for your lack of foresight.
So what's your angle?
That's a good question. What do you hope to get out of this?
I need not explain that to you. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Heathcote. I am a butler in the service of House Ravus.
Wait, butler?
You expect me to
Old
believe
man.
an ordinary butler snuck up on me?
Has a pretentious way of speaking
Anyway, who you
with
are
that
won't
high
matter
class
about it.
attitude.
Now, if you'll excuse
I've
me.
seen Hellseen
I
and I've
assure
seen
you,
Black Butler.
You won't be going
I know where this is
anywhere
going.
anytime soon.
Now snap.
What?
Where do you learn to fight like that?
Let's get this over with.
Ah, crud.
Out of my way.
Combat Butler. Alright, let's see what we are dealing with. Okay, swords do not work on him.
Out of my way.
Do they work on him? They do work on him. Oh, that's not good.
Out of my way.
Do daggers work on him? No, they do not.
Over here. Out of my way.
Okay. Alright, so we're doing pretty good so far. I want to get rid of the guard first, just because he's going to be a pain. Alright, so... Let's see.
Let's do this.
Let's go ahead and wail on him real quick. Dang.
Try this.
Alright. And there goes his defense getting increased again.
Try this.
His code isn't too much of a
Out of my way.
problem right now.
Let's do this.
Actually, let's use HP Thief again. Yeah, and that'll get rid of him easily and give me back to full health.
Over here.
Alright, so let's try the dagger. Okay, dagger works on him. Does wildfire. It does. Nice.
Over here.
Alright, so I'm not going to worry too much about the fire bit,
Over here.
but I am going to take this time to
Out of my
get
way.
my BP up,
My turn. I'm ready. Are you?
and we'll...
You too.
There we go. We got some good damage going on there.
Over here. My turn. There. My turn. Try this.
Alright. Oh, and he's ready to evade our attack. So that increases his... son of a gun.
Out of my way.
I'm gonna
No, you
defend.
don't.
Because I cannot break him. And we dodge anyway. Nice.
Out of my way.
Playing defensively worked in our favor. Okay, so he summons a retainer. I remember he does do this, but the guard is only at half its normal health. Okay, so let's break him again, and then we'll hit him with HP Thief one more time. With any luck, that
Out of my
should
way.
get rid of Heath Coat.
You too.
No, he is still standing. But he did get poisoned. Let's see. There we go. I knew we had to be
Over here.
pretty low on health.
Out of my way.
So now we just have to deal with this guy.
Out of my way.
We'll break him and then HP Thief,
My turn. Let's do this.
hopefully for the win.
You too.
There we go. Got him.
Don't start things you can't finish.
And that was our first boss fight. Get 1,000 leaves, 20 experience, 15 JP, and an energizing pomegranate for our troubles. For an
So,
old man, he
you can
actually
hold
fights
your
pretty
own in
well.
battle as well. It seems I underestimated you.
That makes two of us. Was that a part of your butler training?
I get the feeling no.
I see you still have some reservations about my true profession. though I'm sure my victory here lends my words no credit.
Wait, your victory? I just kicked your butt.
Your victory?
Wait a minute.
What in the...
Any thief worth his salt should recognize that band. The mark of a convict. The fool's bangle, as some call it. Undeniable proof of a thief's humiliating blunder.
Uh-oh.
Get this off of me!
Yeah, Therion's kind of pissed.
I do not take my orders from you. I've attached it to your arm for a reason. If anyone is to see it, they shall know of your failure here today.
Why, you...
However, I imagine your pride will not permit you to be seen with it, and that makes it perfect leverage for negotiations.
First off, he's holding our reputation hostage, essentially. Second of all, what negotiations?
Negotiations?
Hello?
You may have broken into my home, but for now, I will overlook your transgressions.
Oh, great. More company.
Pardon my belated introduction. My name is Cordelia Ravus, and I am the lady of the house.
Cordelia. That's actually
Regards
a
to your
pretty nice
decorator.
name.
They sure have a way with traps.
Allow me to explain. The treasure you are after is a family heirloom known as the Dragonstones.
Stones.
Yeah, don't say.
I only see one.
The Dragonstones have been in my family for generations.
Wait, dragon stones? I see one.
Yes, once there were more.
Gee, I
But
wonder
the
how
stones
many.
were stolen during the chaos following my parents' passing. Fortunately, Heathcote was able to recover the Sapphire Stone.
What touching devotion. Is this the part where I move to tears?
Therion has no chill.
Perhaps,
And I love
once
him
you
for it.
understand your place in this story.
What if I don't want to be
If
in
you
the story,
collect the
god
3
dang it?
remaining stones, we shall remove the band from your arm.
Ah, so now we're getting to the nitty-gritty of it.
So, this was your plan all along.
They wanted a master thief that could steal the Dragonstones back.
Yes, but please understand, I had no choice.
Well, aren't you too clever? Setting a thief to catch a thief.
That's actually not a bad plan when you think about it.
Don't thieves often say, the ensnared has only himself to blame?
Ow.
Yeah, they do.
Wait, how do you know that?
For a butler, you sure know a lot about thieves, old man.
I dare not bore you with my story when there are more pressing matters at hand. Will you undertake Miss Ravus's mission, young thief? If you refuse...
I'll do the job.
Excellent. Then I pray your journey will be a successful one.
We've been blackmailed.
Oh, you're back.
With a tale to tell, too. I'll trade it for a drink.
Afraid I don't deal in that currency.
Listen, I just came from Ravus Manor. Had a lovely chat with a fellow named Heathcote. Maybe you know him?
Oh yeah, the barkeep was in on the whole
I
thing.
did warn you not to go there. So, was it everything you expected it to be?
Remember when I said Therion kind of got more than he was bargaining for at the start of his story? Yeah.
All that and more. And now I'm awfully thirsty. I might need 2 drinks to get this bad taste out of my mouth.
Despite his youthful appearance, Therion
right
actually is old enough to drink. He is in his early 20s. In fact, I believe, if I remember correctly, he is the second youngest of the male travelers in our story. And either the third or fourth youngest overall. Actually, it might be the fourth, because if I remember correctly, I think he's 22 or 23. Alright, so we don't really have anything else to do other than be on our merry way. So for now, we'll save here. And let's head out of town.
Mr. Therion! Mr. Therion, please wait!
What do you guys want?
What now?
I came to see you off on your journey. As it is at my behest that you're setting out.
Well, isn't that adorable?
Look, I'm just fulfilling my half of a bargain. Nothing more, nothing less.
I mean, that's a practical way to look at
understand
it.
that,
He's right, milady. This is simply an agreement between us and a skilled but short-sighted thief.
Are you really just gonna rub that in our faces the whole time, Heathcote?
There is something you should know before you go. As you saw, I recovered a blue stone. It is known as the Sapphire Dragonstone. The remaining 3 are the Dragonstones of Ruby, Emerald, and Gold, each named for its sheen.
And if I steal them all back for you, you'll remove this band.
You have my word.
Your word? Well, that sounds legitimate. Any idea where I should start looking?
Yeah, that'd be a
Rumor
useful
has it
information.
that a scholar in Noblecourt is researching the Ruby Dragonstone.
Noblecourt.
Noblecourt. Great. I'll fit right in.
Oh god.
Mr. Therion!
What is it this time?
Please, do take care out there.
That's kind of surprising that she's concerned about us. Though I suppose
Did I
without
say
us,
something
she
amiss?
doesn't get the stones back.
Never thought a man of my talents would be working for someone like...
I mean, he has a point. Does seem a little odd.
It's nothing. You'll get your stones back soon. Just leave the thieving to me.
And with that, Therion begins his journey. So Therion set forth his mission, which he begrudgingly accepted, to retrieve the remaining 3 Dragonstones of House Ravus, that he might have the mark of shame removed from his arm. Little did he know what fate awaited him. Before you continue your journey, across Orstera there are 7 others who await you. Why not venture out and find them? Alright. So we got us a little scene beforehand. Monster came out of nowhere and got me in the leg. I hardly put weight on it. Do you have a healing grape to spare? As it just so happens, I do. Phew, feels good to be back on my feet. My name is Kit. I'm on a journey to find my father. He disappeared when I was just a boy. Are you on a journey too? Perhaps our paths too will cross again someday. This guy, Kit, is very important, and his side story is one of the most crucial of the game. I won't spoil too many details, but we will find out everything about him later on, and just what he's looking for. So now we can do side stories. Basically, with path actions, we are able to solve many obstacles and deal with several different things that can be used to actually complete a lot of side quest stories, which have their own little nifty, like, tales to tell. And for helping Kit, we get 1,500 leaves. So now, we can actually go pretty much wherever we want. That's one of the things I love most about this game,
This is the beginning of your
just
end.
like the sheer open world that you are able to take advantage of once you get out of that initial storyline. But now,
Over here!
we got ourselves a
Let's do this!
egg to deal with. These guys remind me of Digitama from Digimon. They look almost exactly like him, only without the
my way.
legs.
My turn.
I am so glad my evasion is this high. Makes dealing with enemies so much easier.
Don't start things you can't finish.
And now we get some decent experience out of these guys. Alright, so before we end the video, as I said, you can now travel pretty much wherever you want. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the world map. You can do fast travel from here, which is going to be a godsend later on, especially once we start getting into the Chapter 2 stories. So once you visit a town, you can pretty much use the world map to travel to it at any time. Now, as you can see, you can go to any of the other characters' Chapter 1s. And each of them is recommended level of level 5, so we could do any of them right now. Therion's Chapter 2, as we guessed, is in Noble Court. However, we need to have a recommended level of 22 to do that, so we're not going to be going there for a while. Now, most people go after certain characters first once they get past the introduction chapter. I've got an idea of already like who I want as my first set of travelers that I'm going after. A lot of people will go after Cyrus first if they didn't choose him to start with, because he is very useful both offensively and defensively as far as like getting a hold of enemy weaknesses and stuff, thanks to his talent. I will not be getting him next, but he is definitely like gonna be one of the first 3 travelers that I go after. Starting in the next video, we will actually be heading towards the Riverlands, and we will go get Alphen. So right now, it's looking like I'm gonna go get Alphen first. Afterwards, we're gonna take a trip to the coastlands and get Tressa. Because Tressa has a talent that is very useful throughout the entirety of the game, and I want that very soon. But the reason I'm going after Alphen before Tressa is because, as I may have mentioned in the last video, Alphen's talent, Concoct, is broken AF if you know how to use it. So I definitely want his Concoct ability in my party, just for the utility of it. It has so much usage that I'm going to be making use of it for pretty much the entire game. I didn't get into using it during my first playthrough until the very end of the game, and that's where I kind of realized that, holy spit, this guy can actually do a little bit of everything. So, thank you all for watching. I do appreciate everything that you guys do to support the channel. If you like the video, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and share with your friends. As I mentioned, during our next episode, we will be going to Clearbrook to get us an apothecary. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and save here. And until next time, this is Alden Foodry, signing off. Toodaloo.